Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, my fellow YouTubers. Welcome to another edition of Eric Sky Ridley's video blog. I got a lot to talk about today. Second stimuluses, pandemic news, and some bad news that goes in between the pandemic. And we're going to do economy, so I'm going to do a basic overview. Now, as you all know, last night I ended my video abruptly with some bad news. Bad news has to be felt by now all over. I'm going to just say my condolences to the family, and I'll explain why, without giving names. Someone I was getting close to that I was going to help financially, me and Chloe were thinking, had some problems. Now, without applying for unemployment, which would only lasted 4 weeks, the 4 weeks unemployment could have been backlogged. I don't know what the reason why is that they didn't think about the unemployment, but this isn't about unemployment. Oh, yes, it is. I'll tell you why. The unemployment problem is the tip of the iceberg. You see, there's backlog. We have the Army out here doing the unemployment benefits because we have to have the Army to do it. They'll have the Army do menial tasks like take care of the unemployment, right? But they won't send the Army in for the chop chaz who tried to take over a city. And then when it failed, guess who's got to pay the frickin' piper? The taxpayers. It's got to clean the city up. Not the chaz people that caused the problem. No. And now the government doesn't want to give us any money, all right? Now, I just watched the video thanks to Pee-wee. If Pee-wee's watching this, I really do apologize for my tone this morning, and I have a reason for it to everyone. My point is, thanks, Gail. I woke up. I didn't get a message at all. Doesn't say nothing came up. I guess something did come up. Well, thanks, Gail. Now, I emailed Pee-wee this morning, Gail. I let her know what's going on, all right? I'll tell you what happened. Anyways, Pee-wee was her message was, I have no words, And the thing is I'm shocked. I literally last night had a dream that I was walking with the Lord, and the Lord was a lion. And the lion's name was Aslan. Yet, I knew him by another name on my own planet. And everywhere he went, he was giving milk and honey with the stroke of his paws. Sorry. So, basically, the pandemic is doing a number on people's lives. I want to talk about that first and foremost. Then I want to talk about other issues and places to go and get help and stuff. I'm going to tackle a lot today. So, basically, I'm going to break down the bad news first without giving any names because I can't, privacy issues right now. But one of our own worked multiple jobs, lost their one job, or their multiple jobs, let's just say, to the pandemic. Right? Well, they had to move in with family, which they felt they're more likely their livelihood was taken away, their independence, And because of it, yes, I hear grumpy. And on top of that, felt hopeless. They lost their apartment. The coronavirus lost their jobs. They kept getting into work, doing their duty like a good little soldier. What happened? Nothing. All of a sudden, nothing. One day, terminated. They lost their apartment. They lost everything. Let's just say excuse me for 1 second. I don't want you to see me put deodorant on in the camera, but I'm still here. And then I'll put some perfume on too soon. There. So, what happened? She went home. I've been working with a lot of people to try to get people resources and help. Me and Chloe thought about taking care of the only bill that they had, phone bill, which they were going to lose their cell phone. To the fact, no job. I guess signing up for, let me put it this way. Okay? I love all people, okay? So I'm going to talk about this from a person that works from a working standpoint. Probably felt ashamed that they would probably have to go to the government's unemployment office or file online. And two is they probably felt shame that they might have to get food stamps and medical while waiting, okay? Which you don't need to feel ashamed for it, right? So they were going to lose their phone. They needed some new clothes. I was going to help out with the phone bill and the clothes. I also was telling her that I would do everything I can in my powers to help when it comes to other issues. The other thing is they had an internet bill. Now, the internet bill was pretty expensive, okay, but I don't blame her. The problem is, was her internet to her old place or her new place? No one knows, right? So, and then the last bill was her car. Now, in this pandemic, okay, I want to say for the final part of the story, I think I should get this out of the way first and then talk about the problems of the economy. What do you think, Chloe? Economy, pandemic, second stimulus after I get over the first hump, which would be with the bad news?
Yeah, do that.
Now, we're not going to give names here. So, here's the deal. One of our own. Didn't think anything can happen. There's always an option before the way out. You can go to the post office. You can send money orders to people that need help. You got a state ID or a state driver's license. You can cash all money orders at any post office around the country. That's how it works. So you don't have to be tied down to a bank account. Western Union was a little expensive. I don't have access to Western Union. So my only other option was to help by PayPal. Fortunately, PayPal wanted too much information. Social security number, everything else. And, the young lady thought it was kind of too evasive, all right? Well, everyone has their own opinion. I respect that. I respect everything. That's why I suggested the money order. Now, I don't feel comfortable, That's why I suggested money orders. They're safe. You make them out to one person. They go to the post office, say, I want to cash them. Here's your cash. You don't need to send cash in the mail anymore, right? So here's what happened. I won't go into details because this is not what I'm here to talk about. But we lost one of our own last night because the only thing they had left is their phone, which they knew they could lose. Their internet, which, again, they could lose. And their car. So they jumped in their car, and I'm going to basically be clean as possible without trying to cry. I've done a lot of crying last night. And they jumped. Huh?
I was in tears last night too during this.
Yes, Chloe was too. So what happened? She jumped in her car, toting her firearm with her. I won't go give locations or whatever, but she got out into a location that was fairly, whatever. And let's just say, for the love of God, she ended her life. All right. That's all I can say. Now, what brought this upon? Probably a lot of things. I won't go into any of her details of her background. That's personal. What is important to know is, and I've said this to the moderator, Pee Wee, today out of love, because I love everyone, including Pee Wee. I said to Pee Wee, I told her that unless there is a second stimulus, which we'll be covering today, that I don't care. You know why? Because second stimulus should have been given by now. You got both Democratic Republicans can fucking hammer out something as fast as they fucking can. Instead, my friend is no longer with us. Our own member of our own group here is no longer with us because the coronavirus took away her jobs, took away her livelihood, took away her apartments. And these son of a bitches are basically sitting there going, oh, well, we need job numbers before we give a stimulus check. Why don't you get off your ass and look at how many... We need a fucking death toll of every person who's committed suicide in this country because of the coronavirus. And then we will make our statement. We need to rise up and tell the American people that if they keep fucking dicking us around, there's going to be about 15 million people, 5 to 15 million homeless. People sit there and say, oh, yeah, we're going to get second stimulus. We're definitely getting it. Really. You're basically basing it on fucking numbers right now. They're basing it on the job numbers. I've said this many times over. I get tired of people sitting there guaranteeing it and fucking clickbaiting. This is our fifth stimulus update for 2020. I am blah, blah, blah. Today we're going to talk about... No one gives a flying fuck about it, all right? I've told this to moderator Kimmy, to moderator Pee Wee, to moderator Gail. When there's something fucking concrete on the fucking table signed by the president, then we will talk about it, not beforehand. Well, today we're going to be talking about the people in the world, like our own beloved, that died because the fucking government wouldn't help her. They're fucking dicking everyone around, and people are losing their apartments, losing their cars, losing everything they worked for. Because these son of a bitches can't get off their lazy ass to give them a stimulus check once a month. They gave enough money for once a month, we wouldn't be in this predicament. Oh, see.
What about one guy? What about some people who already took their lives because they get the stimulus and more people did?
Jen Taki says, the Senate is on vacation for 2 weeks when people have literally lost everything. It said, yeah, look, this is not about me. This ain't about the American people. This is about people that fucking lose everything and they end themselves. They end their life because these motherfucking people in Congress and the Senate won't get off their ass to do something. Look, we already know this. How many times I told you 2 days ago? You can see I'm upset, Gail, that the jobs numbers are going to lie. They don't want to give a fucking dime. When fucking 5 to 15 million people are homeless, how many more out of that 5 to 15 million, sis, are going to commit suicide then? Exactly. If you're feeling suicidal, you're feeling like you're going to give up, get in touch with the local crisis team. Get in touch with them and call the mental health crisis team. Get in to be seen in a hospital. Because everyone needs help. And that's something that needs to be done. And if you're suicidal and you own a gun, make sure you give it to someone you trust so they can lock it up. I don't support violence. I don't support suicide. In my life, last night I was talking to Mormons and they asked me, what's the hardest thing I've gone through besides surgery and being disowned, losing 2 partners, losing a friend last night? It's hard. And the government doesn't care. To her, she's just a fucking number to the government. A good number that will never come back. And that hurts me.
We all are.
At least you're still alive.
I know. You know how many times I thought about.
No, not today.
I'm just telling you in the past.
I've been here. I've looked after you for 4 fucking years. I know it. And that's why next week we're going to be ordering some games so I can play games with you. That's what you wanted anyways. Look. Gail's right. You got to get help if you're feeling depressed or suicidal. I mean, look, I didn't expect our own friend. Yes, exactly. Get professional help. That's what I want to talk about today. Look, everyone. Well, everyone's stewing over the next fucking stimulus check, which I watched a video Pee-wee gave me today that was fucking spot on. The guy said there may be another check if the numbers are, down and stuff. There'll be another one, right? So how about this? How about this, everyone? So there's another, they're all worried about their next check, right? They should be, but here's a question for you all, including Gail. How many people in the world died, mind you, in the fucking world that we don't know about because they lost their house, their car, their children maybe, whatever. The economy and the pandemic tanks. And yet, one of our own here on our own channel ends her life because she lost everything. This pandemic is no fucking joke. I mean, look, people are asking me if I have the virus because my voice is cracking. Maybe I'm getting old lady syndrome. Maybe I have cancer and I don't know it. So, what does Gail say? From my understanding, they're already at thousands. Yeah, thousands. The question we have is, what is the numbers? Look, I can't give any information on who committed suicide. I promised the family this, but it's one of our own fellow subscribers is no longer with us. I got the news last night. All in caps. Jumped in her car, drove to a quiet little area. Basically a gas station. We won't give details. And they found one, from what I understand from the text, one bullet in the head. All right. She lost all her jobs. She lost her car. Well, was going to lose her car. That's the only thing she had. She lost her apartment. She was living with family. Her entire life, as my cousin would say, Dinky, her personal independence was taken away to a point. And now, the pandemic. Let's talk about that. How many lives has that son of a bitch pandemic taken that isn't coronavirus related? I'm talking suicide numbers. Because I'd like to know. I'm going to start doing a research on it because we don't know how many people out there have lost their jobs, have lost their houses, lost their apartments, lost their subsidized homes, lost everything. All because some hill jack motherfucker turned around And, you know, the government needs to do more. I'm sorry to say. The government is taking away unemployment benefits, or taking away, I should say, mental health because of the coronavirus. And we got a fucking problem as they're cutting corners. And this hurts me. People need to get the mental help. There's resources out there. We got to pull ourselves together to help the community out with the resources. This isn't about Black Lives Matter. This isn't about White Lives Matter. This is about all lives matter. There's a fucking divide in the country. Blacks want one thing, fucking whites want another thing. Right now, what I want answers. I want to know why we lost one of our own people. No. Look, I blew Facebook up. All right, sis. I blew Facebook up. I'm here. I'm always here. I have Instagram. I have Twitter. Those are my things. I don't use Facebook after Dinky pissed me off. So I'm safe and sound. Look, don't worry. She's been a long time moderator, Gail. She knows what she's talking about. Look, I'm not well right now, okay? I'm in personal quarantine because my voice is hoarse. They think I have the virus. Secondly, they think, I had to address this video today because we lost someone dear to me. Let me put it to you this way, everyone. I love you all. And I love all of you. But I don't want to hear any of you taking your own life. Get that bad, get some help. But to the economy, to the pandemic, how bad is this really? I'll tell you. When you lose your life or you take your life because you don't think it'll get better, and the only answer they think of is the back door. There is ways out. I told our friend, life will get better. I should have said more. That was my last message to her. There's a lot built up. I mean, losing jobs, economy shutting down again. You know what the problem is? Problem is this. The fucking government didn't didn't reopen early, we wouldn't be in this fucking mess. Sorry to say. Many of you guys think I'm fucking full of shit. Well, look at it this way. People are losing their jobs and now they're shutting down yet again. I love all of you. And I love all of you. And it hurts to find out someone is so pretty and beautiful is gone. All because they couldn't handle, life. The gun is a tool you don't want to use for suicide. This is why I always think there should be some gun regulations on. I mean, look. Economy's failing. Our friend is proof it's failing. She had no help. She had no faith. She knew the economy was failing. Her line of work shut down again. What happens? She took her own life. Look, there's no shame in filling out paperwork to get on unemployment. There's no shame in filling out paperwork for food stamps. I mean, if you want to know what me and Chloe were planning to do, I asked her family member, don't think I'm being taken advantage here. It's my heart and generosity, all right? Now, what would it take to try to get some, extra help? Because if the job industry collapses, okay, it would have been a matter of time prolonging her life, because keep paying the bills until the pandemic's over could be 18 months, right? So what happens till then? There would have been ways to do it. I mean, she could have applied for unemployment, waited. But the unemployment numbers are so high, people are still waiting for their first fucking check all the way back fucking March. Well, I hope so. My voice has been cracking lately, so I don't know what it is. Maybe it's the old lady voice syndrome, but thank you. It's hard. Look around, everyone. We need the numbers. How many people are committing suicide? I mean, look. Moderator Lexi here doesn't know what's going on. People are dwelling on a second fucking stimulus. While she's here, we might as well have her ear to hear. There's people wanting their second stimulus, but is any of these fucking greedy son of a bitches realizing that there's people out there that's waited too long and gave up hope in the government and they killed themselves? I want this one for an answer. Too many son of a bitches out there. Too many son of a bitches out there that are making second stimulus update videos, and yet they're making 3, 4, 5 a day. Oh, all right, no, second update. Till Congress gets back from their 20th, their 2-week vacation, and they got from the 20th. Let's count the calendar for a second. 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. They're going to have 19 days to hammer out a bill. If it doesn't get passed by August 8th, they go away. So the first day of their vacation again is until September, right? Do you think they give a shit right now? Again, like Gail said, how do we know they're not going to fucking lie about the numbers? They will. They don't want to give a dime. They want everyone to go back to work. But here's the problem about going back to fucking work. Our beloved took her own life. The job market petered out where she lives. Those jobs might never come back. And yet, the government doesn't care. They're all worried about their election. So let's just say 100,000 commit suicide and it gets on the news. Then what? Then how are they going to explain that one? They'll just say at the 100,000 people, they don't got to take care of and feed anymore. The government, I'm sorry to say, is a pack of bastards. They're greedy son of a bitches. I love you all. You guys mean the world to me. I beg you, if you're ever feeling suicidal, get some help. I mean, literally, the world's not going to end. The world's not going to end. I've been through hell and back in a handbasket. Lexi knows this. I'm still standing. I've gone through much, even though, I've been through my latest turmoil recently. I still stand up strong. Why? Because I'm human. I love all of you. And I'm telling you, you guys need to realize suicide's not the answer, my friends. The answer is survival. Look, it's not. Don't feel ashamed if you have to ask for help. The world's not going to hate you for asking for help. The world's going to hate you inside while they mourn for you. Asking the question, why didn't you get help? That's the thing. People need to see warning signs. Here we go. I got to email someone real quick. I have a question. There we go. I love doing email, by the way, right now, since I can't get to the post office. So, there. So I emailed the guy asking how long the ramen noodles will last in the refrigerator, mind you. Now, you guys are wondering about ramen noodles. I got a ramen kit that I bought, and it's really good. But let's talk about the second stimulus for a minute. There's a guy today. He made me proud. Pee-wee sent me this video, right? I figured out, great, it's another clickbait thing, that people make money off me. First, the guy said, maybe we'll get a stimulus. Maybe. That's what I've been saying, but no one listens. Everyone's like, oh, yeah, we're going to get stimulus. Well, while you're thinking about, oh, yeah, you're going to get a stimulus, I want you to take a deep, hard look at your life. I want you to take a hard look at a person who was trying to be independent on her own. I think she was 22, I think. But she's no longer with us because the economy took away her jobs because of the pandemic. The unemployment rate is through the roof. Hold on. The unemployment rate's through the roof. And there's people still waiting for their first checks, and they should be getting retro checks all the way to March, and they have to make a deal with the devil just to hold off the creditors. I want you to think about that while you sitting there thinking, now I'm going to talk about the plans and actions, all right, what they're offering, all right? I used to think that the government should turn around and just make money, print what they need, It's the government. No one cares, right? They should. I mean, literally, they got stuff in their tool belt that can turn around, stuff in their tool belt that they could use. No, Moppy. Hold on, everyone. I'm going to check the door. Camera on. Probably packages came in. I don't even know what we got coming today. I don't even pay attention anymore, Moppy knows there's someone at the door. Yep. Just like I thought. Boxes. Give me a second, everyone. I'm going to get the boxes. Good Moppy. Good boy. Get it to beef turkey. Good boy. With the economy hurting, okay. The only places that are making money right now is Amazon, Target, and Wally World. Now, mind you, Amazon, I'm a Prime member. So, what did I buy? Well, I got too much salad makings. Needed salad dressing. Too much salad to eat, Gotta eat healthy. Gotta burn off these calories, but I can't burn the calories off when there's boxes piling up on my treadmill. Six Hidden Valley salad dressings here. Again. We'll have to find room for it. Otherwise, we ain't gonna have any room left.
Salad dressings?
Yeah.
Good, you got your salad dressing until places are expired, like what the advocate gave you.
And this is something that Chloe's gonna have to find a place for too. Chloe?
Cascade, the dishwashing stuff. Yes.
You got a dishwasher coming, everyone.
Yep. Good. How many dishes can it hold?
A fair bit. As long as you do your laundry. My pens came, by the way. Green. Now maybe my pens won't go missing.
Pens are green. Green pens?
Mm-hmm.
I should like red.
Green is also a seasonal thing. Now let's talk about the economy. I bought what I needed to, thanks to Pee-wee. Garbage bag. Well,
Garbage bags.
well, Chloe.
Ooh, Lonnie Glad.
You got so many boxes to recycle, it ain't even funny. Hey, Google. Never mind. Alexa, where's my packages? We're still missing some, it seems.
I
Here are
couldn't
your
verify your
deliveries.
voice, so I
One
can't order
delivery
food for
arrived
you.
today.
You can either try again or verify your voice match settings in the Google Home app.
Well, where's my fucking red pins? My red pins are supposed
I
to
can
be
only
here.
do that once I verify your voice.
Ah, shut up. All right, let's check on my red pins. My red pins should have been delivered today, but they didn't, so let's see. Moppy's medicine, ranch dressing came in. So that box should have had the other pins in it. There's a missing pin. So the red pins, oh, they're right here. Chloe.
Yay! Redhead.
So red pins and green pins, you see? So our orders came in. The only thing we're, is there another box due in? Let me look. So we're still missing a tub of Cascade. Let me look. Nope. So we got 2 things of Cascade, 2 pins. We're missing some dishwasher pods, which means they missed a box. That's supposed to be here today. All right. Hold on a second, everyone. Give me a second. Yeah, this better be important. Give me a second, everyone. I'm still here, everyone. Hey, what's up?
I tried to Google it.
All right, everyone. I'm still here. Gail gave me some information. I can't disclose it right now, but it was pretty bad. Literally, it was worse than we thought. So, so
Let me put these bags away. I'm gonna listen to a few songs to just calm myself down.
So, basically, the economy, like I said, is hurting so bad that that it took the life, like I said, of one of our own. Because of it, you all need to know. So, basically, it's not cool. The government can prevent the deaths of many lives. They won't. They're playing politics with your life to get reelected. So basically, a new shock. It just happened. Gail's going to send me a link to read, and I'm going to get to the bottom of it a little more. But the point is there's it's sad. So what do we do? Well, we wait. But how's the second stimulus coming? People are always asking me that. Well, I'm going to tell you right now. I'll tell you about it, but I don't give a shit, okay? I'm more worried about the family of my close friend who committed suicide, all right? You see, the government could make a deal while the pandemic, pay everyone $2,000 or more a month, even using the digital accounts that the Treasury could do. This would not happen, but they're not pulling it out. It seems the President of the United States doesn't realize that without a second stimulus or a monthly stimulus, this is going to get worse. Sorry to say, but I think at this point, my opinion is this. American people the American people are suffering this bad, but the only way out they think is death. Then I think it's time that we as in people need to look at the facts. A monthly check needs to be done, our big check. I think it's time we look at the fact the American people need the help. Now, I'll leave you know my motto is, wait and see. But this isn't a wait and see thing anymore. This is, we need it for the people. I don't want to see people killing themselves because they know their lives ended because of this pandemic. You guys could sit around and say, oh, well, she might have all these problems. It's not about problems. What it is the fucking government hid. The fucking government turns around. What do they say? They say, oh, this virus doesn't exist. This virus doesn't exist. This virus ain't bad. They go against the grain of everything they were told to open up. the government early for big business. And then these big fucking businesses find out through the states that the states virus is spiking everywhere because no one's wearing masks, not taking precautions. And my beautiful friend kills themselves over it. Literally kills themselves over it. And then what? Oh, well, she's just a number. Not to me. To me, she didn't need to go through that much hell. But no one's going to talk about her anymore. She's just gone. I will talk. It's time we basically asked for the government to help pay monthly benefits until this pandemic's over. Because we know as well as I do, the government is hurting. Hurting to no end. Second stimulus, $2,000 a month. I support it. Might save the lives of many, but no one cares. What do they care about? They care about nothing. These government officials care more about fucking re-election and killing people off. They're now trying to take away the Affordable Care Act during a pandemic. That's not looking good for the commander-in-chief. And then I heard he wants to take away HUD and the USDA, subsidized housing. Like he wants to from what I read, don't quote me because I don't understand it. From what I've gathered reading it, he wants to take away the Fair Housing Act. What type of person wants to take away the Fair Housing Act? Wants to segregate people. What type of person? I, for one, think the guy literally sucks. Really sucks. American people being a pawn in these Democratic and Republican games. They got off their ass like me and Pee Wee talked about, we wouldn't have this fucking problem. They're more worried about raising the fucking taxes for generations. There won't be anything left. There ain't gonna be anything left. American people are gonna see people losing their lives because these fuckers are playing it. Remember what I said. Let me tell you how it's gonna play out. They got 19 days to hammer out a bill as soon as the fucking people they're basically hurting. American people shouldn't be suffering. American people shouldn't be suffering for these games. Well, these guys sit around and dick around the people. What happens? Look around. People are suffering. Second stimulus bill. $1,000 a month per life. Good idea. All right. Well, I'll wait for the right one, Gail. Good idea. What happened? What happened? Democrats sitting on their ass saying if we don't get liability for people dying or catching the virus to go back to work, well, fuck them. Sorry to say, but these fuckers are bad, all right? When you force people that are in fear to go back to work while the virus is spiking everywhere, what do you got? Currently in the last almost 14 hours, we have 43,000 viruses caught today. President doesn't wear a mask. Turns around and says he doesn't need to give a mask. Death toll is over almost 131,000. By October 1st, it'll be 180,000. Government says, 180,000's better numbers, right? Better numbers. Yesterday was a little over 46,000 new cases.
And it keeps rising.
It keeps rising, as Chloe
People
said.
are dying, and yet you even got people out there still supporting these white rhinos, saying they're heroes, that God bless them with who, and that these that these Republicans are the real heroes. Oh, what's so heroic about letting this pandemic prolong as it can? What's so heroic about putting corporations over people's lives? What's so heroic about spewing hate and racism and letting people of color and people of LGBT be murdered? What is so heroic about that?
It isn't.
I know. I asked someone on Facebook about that. What is so fucking heroic about this?
What was the answer?
They didn't reply yet. Oh yeah, then someone was saying, well, what about 9/11 is worse tragedy than this pandemic? Actually, this pandemic has already killed more people than 9/11 has, so this is more tragic than September 11, 2001. 9/11 was a terrorist attack, yes, but not as many people died, and we moved on from it the next month. This pandemic is killing people every fucking day.
Well, let me put it this way. She's right, but
I'd rather see another attack than something like this happen, a pandemic. Because this pandemic, if it gets worse than we could imagine, we could see pretty much the human race, the human species, come to near extinction.
well,
And those of us who survive, you think we're going to be able to continue like this? No, we might have to revert back to primitive. The society we know could come to an end. This pandemic gets out of control. We need to focus on this pandemic and find a way to end it. We need to find a cure or find a way to contain this virus. It's killing people
left and right.
And a lot of us are scared. I'm scared to go out much because I don't want to get it. I don't want to get the virus because I don't want the virus to kill me because someone was being irresponsible enough that they spread it. This is worse than 9/11. At least 9/11, I didn't fear for my own life because, for one, September 11, 2001, I was in eastern Ohio, rural area where there was really nothing for terrorists to even remotely attack because we were the armpit of the country, the Ohio Valley. We were like the armpit of even Ohio. So why would someone attack an area where that has sluggish growth? I mean, Steubenville area. I mean, come on. And the thing is, we knew we were going to get past this, but when a pandemic like this comes out, it's scary. I mean, I remember when I was still in junior high, we heard about SARS in China, right? People wearing face masks, and one teacher was like, "These Chinese people are a bunch of pussies for wearing face masks like this." But in my mind, I'm like, maybe the virus is that bad they have to wear face masks. I never thought something like this would ever mutate and come over here, which, of course, 17 to 18 years later, it actually did. It mutated and came over here as a coronavirus. And that's scary. I mean, that is scary. When I first heard about it in China, I thought, oh, yeah, it's another SARS outbreak. Then it came over here, like, coronavirus pandemic. I'm like, oh, shit, this is not good. I mean, it spreads here, it's going to spread globally, and this is not good. I mean, and people are taking it. People are handling this really badly. I mean, they handled the flu pandemic better than they are handling this one. And 100 years ago, we didn't have the technology we have now. I mean, you guys got the technology, better technology than you did 100 years ago. Why are we failing miserably at this compared to the flu? Why? It's because big corporations are getting in the way. 100 years ago, we didn't really have those big corporations getting in the way. It's not the technology, it's the corporations. It's the wealthy people greedy over their own wealth, and they don't care if people die of this virus. All they care about is getting wealthier, no matter how many people die. That's all the corporations ever care about. That's all wealthy people, wealthy corporations, and wealthy churches care about. Is their own money. They're greedy. They're greedy money.
Would you like to sit over here and talk about this for a second, in your own opinion, while I take a shit?
I stated my case. Did they hear me? I don't know if they did. Okay, as I was saying, is that reason why we're not handling this pandemic as well as we handled the flu pandemic, despite the fact we have better technology today than we did 100 years ago, is because of corporations. They're getting in the way. They're putting their own wealth over people's lives. They don't care if people die. All they care about is getting wealthier. It's the wealthy corporations, the rich white man, and the evangelical churches. That's all they care about, is their own wealth. They don't care if people die. They just want to be wealthier, no matter how many lives it costs. And some people out there who support these white rhinos, and what's so heroic about these Republicans that you see? Because there's nothing heroic about how they're handling this. Not only people are dying of the virus, people are being murdered for having a different skin color, being LGBT. Hate's gone up. Discrimination's gone up. People are being thrown out of businesses left and right, and they have to suffer. And then on top of that, I mean, this is bad. This is bad. I mean, yet these wealthy rhinos don't care. They just want to get wealthier. They want to spread their hate, their views, and shove it out people's throats. They don't care if there's a pandemic killing people. And then the people that support these white rhinos are saying, well, I don't know why you guys being a bunch of pussies about and whining about this pandemic. I mean, you should have whined more about. You should have been more worried at 9/11. More people died. Bullshit. 9/11 killed a number of people in one day, but this pandemic didn't just last one day. It's going on months, maybe even years, and people are dying left and right globally. This is worse than 9/11, I'm sorry to say. But you know what? If I had to choose to go through one or the other, I'd rather go through a 9/11 for one day, than go through 2 or 3 years of a pandemic that could possibly wipe out the majority of mankind. That's because at least, I mean, come on. People's lives matter. No matter what color they are, what their sexual orientation is, what gender they identify as, or what religion they believe in, or what country they come from or live in,
It doesn't matter, or it doesn't matter, and it shouldn't even matter what their IQ is. It does not matter. It shouldn't matter, or how much money they bring in. Discriminate, or what they have down between their legs, or elsewhere, or what their chromosomes are. It doesn't matter. Discrimination needs to end. I mean, people shouldn't be treated differently because of who they are, especially during a pandemic like this. And people need to stop ignoring this pandemic. This is why it's spreading. This is why that's why we're not getting anywhere with, containing this or finding a cure, because people are still going out and spreading it. People need to wake up and realize what's happening before it gets too late. I don't want to see the end of the society that we live in now. I wouldn't want to see it come to an end where we have to start all over, going as far back as being primitive again within the next 10 years. I mean, future I kind of picture in my mind in 50 to 100 years from now is that we'd be a little more advanced, at least a little more civilized, and we probably would have made some progression, but it doesn't look like that. Looks like we're going to regress to a point where mankind destroys itself. And if we do survive, our own destruction, we're not going to be living like we have now with the amenities we have. We're going to have to go back to living primitive. Being resourceful on what nature provides in order to survive. And it'll be survival of the fittest. We'll be going back to that era if we don't wake up, if people don't wake up. We need to come together and fight off this pandemic together, and we need to end, racism, sexism. We need to end all types of bigotry. Bigotry has got to go. Discrimination has got to go. Ignoring the pandemic and dismissing it as a hoax has got to go. Enough is enough. We have an election coming up, yes, but this pandemic is more important right now than the election. I'm sorry to say. There shouldn't even be election campaigns right now, because those election campaigns are spreading the virus. Look what happened in Oklahoma. Maybe have virtual campaigns online. We got internet. We don't have any need right now to gather people up in an area where they can spread the virus amongst each other. The thing is, if these white rhinos, if they're doing what they're doing, and they keep making it worse, we need to vote them out. Need to vote blue no matter who. Vote blue no matter who. Just vote out these white rhinos. It's time that we see change. Vote them out. Get to the polls, vote. Put your voices out there. That's how we could change it, by putting your voice out there and voting. And don't vote for these white rhinos because you're assert, because your certain favorite Democrat didn't get nominated. Look what happened in 2016. Too many people were assert that Bernie didn't get nominated, so they voted against Hillary because they didn't like Hillary, and they got Trump in power. And now look at disaster we're in now, all because a bunch of assert Bernie or bust people. And the thing is, you can't just be assert because Bernie didn't get nominated. He didn't get nominated this year either. Can't be assert because you're not going to see a President Sanders. Okay? But hell, President Biden will could get us out of this pandemic instead of prolonging it for 10 years, like the current people are doing right now, trying to prolong it for their own gain. We've seen the consequences in the 2016 election. Let's not repeat it again, please.
Look, Chloe's right. I mean, look at it this way. We can't give our friend's name, but she killed herself because she lost her jobs, her home, because of this pandemic. This pandemic is going to kill people. And because of it, we need to basically hold ourselves together and basically realize that, again, all these dipshits turning around and saying, we're going to get ourselves a second stimulus. Maybe. I'm proud of the guy who turned around and basically said, maybe. He's actually like me in many ways. That made me proud to know a guy like him. Yeah, that'd be fine. He turned around and he made me proud because Chloe heard the guy today too. Didn't that guy, wasn't he spot on?
Yeah.
And yet all these people come to my channel and be like, oh yeah, I heard we're getting another stimulus. Isn't that great? You're wrong. Really? Well, I'm wrong. Look what I'm doing. I'm mourning the loss of a friend who decided to take their own life because you idiots want a second stimulus.
Yeah, and now all these people care about themselves. This is greed. This is an example of what greed does to everyone. It doesn't affect the person who's greedy. It affects the people around them. It affects other people. Greed and corruption. Too many people are greedy and corrupt. We need to end this. But then you got the assert, Bernie, or bus people don't care how many rights we lose, don't care how bad this pandemic gets, because they just want to express their anger that Bernie didn't get elected.
Bernie is the one that came up with Kamala Harris and said we need $2,000 a month. I'm sorry to say, but I agree with Bernie. The damn Republicans don't want to give it $2,000 a month. Other countries are doing it.
And for those of you who wanted Bernie Sanders to be elected, listen to Bernie when he told you to vote blue no matter who. You know, even though Bernie didn't get in, he still would rather have you guys support the Democrats, no matter who it is, at this point.
Look, the American people, everyone, are suffering.
If they go ahead and vote for Trump out of retaliation, they don't really respect Bernie at all then.
Look, the American people need to realize that, you need to have your voices heard. My voice is this. Vote on good conscience. Don't vote just because. I know people out there that said they're going to vote only on good conscience if they get a second stimulus check. Unfortunately, that doesn't fly. All right. Let me put it this way. Second stimulus check should have been given in April. Third check in May. Some countries are doing monthly stimulus checks. We're getting stimulus updates. And then they're tweedling the carrot out there saying, oh, the economy is great, it's rebound. Really, I've looked at the numbers every day. Chloe tells me at night, go to bed. I say I can't. I'm looking at the numbers, the jobs numbers. For the next day's videos.
We'll have to let these pans soak up, and then I'll soak up for about 15, 20 minutes.
That's fine, Chloe. That's fine, my dear. By the way, I got to cook up 2 batches of sausages tonight for you since they're ready to cook. Yeah. We can't let them go to waste.
Yeah, we'll have pork ramen for lunch, I guess.
So look at the big fucking picture here.
I have late night dinner because of lunch.
That's fine. Look at the big fucking picture here. People are dying. People are hoarding and thinking of their greed. The toilet paper incident, the meat incidences. Yep. And they don't care about little old people like...
Or stores and tourist traps, like the grocery store here, who wants tourists here. No matter if the virus spreads or not, they want tourists. They want their tourists. And they don't care. People get sick. Oh, and then we got a hospital in this island who will only help people they like. The people they don't like and that they think are too weird for them, they don't want to help. They don't care if people like us die because we're just too weird for them. Even in this pandemic, they don't care. It's a Catholic hospital. I think religion needs to stay out of healthcare and politics.
Well, I believe, in my opinion, right now, okay, and I'm going to say this. If you had both parties could have hammered out a bill already, but no, President wants the Republican Party wants liability. They shouldn't have to have liability when they're forcing people to go back to work, and some are dying of the virus, and others are dying because they lost their home and stuff. The jobs numbers are not going to be there for a while. Has anyone fucking realized? I know Gail's probably sitting there wondering what my next word's going to say, but has anyone fucking realized? And Chloe's brought this to my attention last night. Thank you, Chloe. Look at the jobs, for example. All right, you guys can sit there and say, oh, well, you don't know everything. What if I ask Chloe? These people with the virus that lose their home, lose their car, right? Let me ask you a question. Do you think they're going to get a job again?
Some of these people just can't.
What did you say to me? Without a mailing address, no jobby.
Can't get a job. I was homeless, and I know what it's like. And I was homeless a few times in shelters, and it's tough. It's hard, and I understand why what happened. I mean, I've been down that road before too, and I've almost did the same thing to myself. I mean, this is not easy to live with.
Thank you, Chloe, for
In
sharing
the last
that.
5 years, politics have really gotten out of hand.
Exactly. I mean, look, they want to remove the Fair Housing Act, by the way. I read this today.
Because all these Republicans have gotten so bolder and more angrier because we had an African American as president. They're racist. They flared up because President Obama got 2 terms.
Well, you know what? Here's how I see it. The Republican Party doesn't get off their ass and gives a stimulus. Oh, and mind you, Chloe brought this up to me again. I'll tell you another thing Chloe said to me. Chloe turned around last night as we were both crying of the loss of our friend. She said, again, that the homeless population is going to go through the roof because these fucking white rhinos won't get off their ass and help. Won't help. You understand the word won't help? They don't want to help. They want to sit on their ass and be like, well, we need this and we need that, blah, blah, blah. We don't need this and we don't need that. The real problem is that without them having a home, the American people are going to see jobs not being filled because the white rhinos allowed these fucking people to go homeless. Now, I beg, if you guys are listening, I beg you all to ask to extend the unemployment benefit. It isn't about lazy people. What it is about is people that lost their jobs and no one knows when the government's going to reopen or the states are going to reopen. The states opened up too soon. Look what happened. They turned around. They made a fucking mistake. They made the biggest mistake in fucking history. Who gets fucking hurt? You do. I do. The jobs have been lost and they're not coming back. And yet they say, oh, everything's great. I mean, look, they decided to go and extend, I think it was the small business loans and the PPP today, What type of people out there? What type of people out there do this? I'll tell you who it is. People out there that They know they're doing it. Look at what they just did. Right before going off to vacation, they turned around and they extended it for the business companies, the companies again. That was something that I never thought they would do. But yeah, they decided to do that on the grounds that they wanted to do that. Why? If you look at the mind fucking set, it's for fucking businesses. They don't give a shit about you getting a fucking stimulus. They don't care if Grandma Gail, no offense, Gail, I'm using you as an example, starve of hunger because the cost of food went up. They think Gail's covered. Gail gets a monthly check. Well, fuck her. They think Pee Wee's the same. You see, you had to do what you had to do, Gail. The point is, my sister is, the fucking cost of food's gone up. The fucking cost of medicine's gone up. And look what the fucking is happening to these fucking jackboot motherfuckers. They're turning around and they are fucking hurting the fucking economy. By fucking opening the economy up early. It took 3 times during the Spanish flu epidemic to close down the government. Literally. Chloe, what are you mumbling about?
I'm commenting.
Oh, yeah? That guy got back to you?
No, someone else. It was a friend of mine who posted something about, he posted it on his wall, saying he wishes that he was white at some time so he didn't have to feel discrimination or feel like his life's threatened. So I comment back, I'm like, dude, dude, all this stuff that went down makes me ashamed to be white. Makes me feel disgusted and shamed to the fact that I'm white. He was like, he told me don't feel shame about it. I told him that. So I told him like I was told by a family member of mine that I shouldn't worry about discrimination because I'm white. They told me to value it and be proud of being white. And I told him that's when I realized my family values their white privileges, and it disgusts me. My own family.
Look, the American people need to realize that they are fucking suffering. $2,000 a month? Give it. Don't fucking dick it around anymore. You want to say the government can't afford it? Raise the fucking taxes to the fucking big business owners who's got to fucking push everyone to go back to work because they want their business running at full capacity over fucking the lives of the American people. $1,000 a month dividends, that's a good idea too. But not to fucking, these people need fucking cash money. These fucking people need money to survive. Rent, food. If you have to cut out to survive, cut your internet out, cut your cell phone out. If you really need your cell phone and you have a family of 5, cut out all the cell phones except one and make turns using it. I mean, literally. You have to cut your internet service to bare essential and speed just for email, and to use it as a telephone. You can use Skype as a phone. You don't need to fucking carry a phone like this and pay fucking whatever. Chloe and I pay $80 or we pay $100 a month for 2 phones. $100 a month. Yeah. Are we doing good? Yes, we are. But why? I'll tell you why. Because the American people are tired. They're tired. They're tired of being shit on. Plain and simple. excuse me while I'm using the family marinades. I got to marinate some steak because one of my advocates I'm making dinner for because I have a gold fucking heart. And she's been picking up my groceries for me. You see? So people sit there and think I am a fucking problem. Look what I was going to do for my friend. I was going to pay her car payment, pay her phone, pay her clothes, what she needed, and pay her her internet, right? Fortunately, she ended her life. But my question was, my other friend who took her in, I said to them, I said, what is the possibility that this problem will happen next month? There's got to be a fallback, right? Unfortunately, there was no answer to it. The answer I got, everyone, wasn't good. Wasn't good. Wasn't bad, but it wasn't good. Why? Because I'll tell you why. Because I said I considered her family. Let's just say I dearly loved her as like a sister. I used to tell her, she was my wifey, she wouldn't have to worry. But again, worried about the last thing that she had that could be taken away because of no job was her car. There could have been a way to get her on unemployment, but again, that didn't work out. Why didn't it work out? I'll tell you why. Because, well, economy didn't think about helping her. She goes into work. We're sorry, we can't employ you because the coronavirus. We've shut down. I was going to do, me and Chloe was going to do what we had to, but at the same time, we also knew that sometimes you got to take a chance. I mean, I offered to bring her out here, to look after her. Sorry to ask you this, Chloe, but since you rearranged everything in the fridge,
Yeah,
where'd you put my steak seasoning? It was in here.
it's on the door. On the door still.
Ah, thank you. God bless you.
People are also being murdered for political activism.
Yeah. I know.
My grandpa told me if I kept up being a left-wing activist, that I'd be murdered by some right-wingers, more likely. Or some right-wingers may come to our house and murder everyone. Anger. One right-wing extremist in Ohio was planning to go to where I was living and kill me. He was gonna cut me open and splatter my blood everywhere just because I said one little bad thing about Trump. And I said one good thing about President Obama. Guy flipped. His wife, who our family knew, because his wife used to live next door to us.
changed her picture to the Confederate flag saying it's Southern heritage, not hate. There's someone I knew growing up. It's her parents, who are still neighbors with my mom and them, would always come over when we were kids. Would always come over and he'd ask, "Hey, why aren't you in school?" As a joke, you know. His nickname was Groundhog because he usually would hibernate in wintertime, come out in the spring. Yeah, his daughter got married to a guy who's like 8 years younger than them, and this guy she married was a radical right-wing extremist. He got arrested because he tried to kill someone of color, screaming white power. So yeah, his wife got upset. Her husband was sent to jail. Her husband abused her like crazy, but she still loved him. And when she saw her husband behind bars for committing hate crimes, she was threatening law enforcement that she would blow up and burn down the police station until they released her husband. And she attacked the Democrats.
And
They took her away too. And she was never like this until she married the guy. The guy brainwashed her completely. Her parents didn't raise her to be like this. She was turned into a terrorist by the guy she married. But the U.S. government deemed her mentally insane because she was brainwashed by the guy she married, so she was sent to a mental hospital. She lost custody of her child. The child went to her parents, next door neighbors, and they had to raise a child. She had to raise her grandchild while her daughter's in the mental hospital under federal law because she threatened to go after Democrats and she threatened to blow up places if they didn't release her husband. And she also threatened to go after people if Trump was impeached. Before, she never supported people like that until she married that guy who forced her to believe what he believed in, otherwise he would beat her senseless. And from what I heard, the mental hospital who were detaining her for the government found scars all over her body that her husband gave her. And scars all over her child, too. So her husband is possibly facing life in prison for what he did. I mean, that's what an example of an abusive husband who's a far right-wing extremist will do to his wife to get his wife to agree with him or else.
so, everyone, I'm done with the steak, but this isn't a celebration. This is time of mourning.
Uh-huh.
I mean, look. The third idea was to give a stimulus to only college students. I'm sorry to say, but everyone needs it, not just $1,200. Fourth stimulus was $1,200 across the board. Again, not a good idea because then the Republicans threw a fit that it gives $6,000 to family members, which they'll just go blow on vacations and everything. And so, bad idea. But Republicans came up with some shithole idea to give $4,000 per single person, $12,000 for a married couple per year, which would get equal or something like that. That would equal up to like $24,000 tax rebates if you travel, right? But to do that, you got to spend $48,000 in spending, so it's 50 cents to the dollar. Do you think these American people can afford it? Nope, not gonna happen. So what happened? American people again got shit on, plain and simple. It's like the old joke, got milk instead, got shit on. So again, the other reason the Republicans threw a fucking shit fit and about the fucking taxpayers getting $1,200 a person is a guy turned around and said he wanted to do a single bill giving $1,200 to mixed families. Now, if you're married, you get $2,400 and $500 per kid, but that's for mixed families. I'm sorry, but if you're going to go and throw that out there because you're being reelected, then there's a problem, because I don't support some son of a bitch that turns around and says, for mixed families. What about the rest that are suffering, huh? What about our friend that committed suicide because she couldn't afford her car? That's the only thing left. She felt her life was taken away from her, her independence, as my cousin Dinky would say, all because the beautiful girl had to rely on her family. And yet, one of the things her family couldn't do, which is considered logical, they did the right thing. I love them dearly. Is they said, they couldn't make car payments because of their income every month. They live in a house that's free and clear. Maintenance comes, they have to work with family members in case something needs to be done, new freezer or a roof or whatever, which is logically, fortunately, they have a logical reason for what they said. Fortunately, some people turn around and, let's just say out of love, turn around and, again, all these fucking Democrat, Republican douchebags are giving ideas that isn't proper. I don't want to fucking wake up in the morning and have some douchebag turn around and say, well, these are great ideas. No, they're not. You're fucking killing people. Fucking unemployment. The states are going to have to go in and add another moratorium. Moratorium, mind you. Just so the people don't get evicted, because you jackasses decide to go to vacation and then you come back for 19 days and then you go back to vacation again. When you go back to vacation, when August 8th, last day, August 9th through September 8th, they're on vacation. So what's that tell you? You sit there and say, oh, well, it's not that bad. It is. When the economy is fucking crippled and they're fucking lying through their fucking teeth and saying jobs are good. The jobs are good. There is no jobs on the jobs market. Fucking jobs are being lost fucking by the day. And these fuckers decide to go right before their vacation and they hammer out a bill, mind you, that protects the paychecks. Look, we got fucking Democrats and Republicans fucking dividing the fucking nation. They don't care about anything but their fucking re-election. They can have a bill hammered out once a fucking week for a stimulus all the way up to fucking when a cure has been found. But no, they're just sitting back going, oh, well, we're going to let we're going to let the Republicans look like shit, so when they fail in the election, we win. You're playing with fucking lives when fucking the homeless are fucking homeless. Homeless people are going to fucking not. What if the homeless people can't vote, huh? Then what? Less people voting. Oh, well, I guess they didn't take that into account. I love America. I love what America has happened. But I don't like when the American people are suffering. Let's talk about the other ideas. $1,200 a person on a fucking food card. What the American people need is cash money flowing in every month. A lot of people say, oh, well, if these motherfuckers would get back to work, we wouldn't have this problem. I'm sorry to say, but it's not the fucking people's fault that the fucking government of China hid the fucking virus and then turned around and basically now making everyone look like fucking garbage. And my people, my beloved people who tune in to the Rita Show, has to see that the American people are fucking suffering, fucking hurting. What are they getting out of it? They're fucking playing politics. Girl's life was taken because they couldn't fucking close the government fast enough and extend unemployment benefits. They don't want to extend it. But you know what? They got to because fucking I support unemployment. I don't care if you extended $600 to fucking for 12 months. They got to do it. Problem is they don't want to do it. They don't want to do it because they're fucking greedy. They're greedy little assholes that don't care if the fucking country falters. States are fucking spiking. I mean, I'm worried about my own family in Portland. I wonder if they're okay. I wonder if they're safe. I wonder if everything's okay with them. But no, they're fucking spiking like crazy. Meanwhile, I am hoping I can get on a treadmill one of these days and lose this fucking fat. But I got so many fucking people pointing fingers going, group home for both of you. It fucking angers me. Do I need a fucking group home because of different things? I've been doing everything I can for this fucking pandemic. Stockpiling fucking.
We have been. We've been preparing for this pandemic.
We're basically prepping. Look what we.
The reason why they want us in a group home because they're angry that we were able to prepare for the pandemic and they're not. So they want to put us in group homes so they could take our stuff. Because if they put us in group homes, they could claim anything they want.
They can't. They'd be fucking being kicked. I'd be kicking everyone's ass if they touch my stuff. They would be fucking having a dirt nap.
If they try touching me and take me to group home, I will fight.
I will fight because our food is our food. Look, we are protecting ourselves, okay?
Yeah.
People sit there and think Chloe's wasting money. Really? How is it wasting money when we're... Oh, yeah, Chloe tells me order this many salads. We got salad like crazy. I can tell her to give me a bowl of salad right now. She'll whip it up, throw it in a bowl for me.
It's healthy for you. You need to eat healthier for your heart. And we're in a pandemic, okay? We don't need a group home because the reason why we have a bunch of stuff stacked up in this house because we're preparing for the worst, okay? We're actually the ones preparing so we can survive. We're being survivors. We're not being a bunch of retards. We're being survivors. And the people who want us in a group home are just ass hurt and jealous because we prepared for this pandemic where they didn't. And they're afraid they're not going to survive a pandemic. Therefore, they want to put us in a group home so they can home in on our stuff so they can take it for themselves.
I mean, look, I asked the farmer, okay, I got to tell you a story. Chloe's laughing about this story, but still, we're not laughing. Inside, we're hurting. We're crying inside for the loss of our friend and loved one, we could say. We both loved her in our own way. Now, fucking farmer turns around. I've been buying lamb. Chloe, we got 3 heads of lamb coming, right? 3 fucking heads of lamb. Guess what? Fucking farmer turns around and said every head gets her closer to the goal of donating up to 400 pounds of meat to the fucking food bank, right? So I asked her the other day. I said, hey, girl. I was on the phone with her a second time. She says, you want to follow the same meat cut pattern as the first one for the second and third order? I said, yeah. Then I said, hey, Joe, how goes it? I'll read your comment in a minute. Then I said, I've been to the food bank many times. I've never seen them donate any high-quality meat. It's usually fucking hot dogs. Lady called up the fucking director and others. He's been hoarding the fucking lamb for himself, thinking the fucking poor schmoes in this island don't need something that delicious and delectable. They wouldn't know how to cook it anyways because they're not refined. They're poor people that don't know what lamb tastes like. So he's been taking about 50 pounds of meat home every time they donate one and eating it for his family. What's the justice of that? She decided she wasn't going to do it anymore. She said, fuck it. I just heard from a lady who just bought fucking 5 lambs who's been going through the food bank in the past that's never even got anything, and they were barely giving fucking hams out. When they gave the fucking hams for Easter for families, they were giving little hams like this, fucking teeny motherfucking hams. Turkeys, smallest turkeys possible. Sorry to say, but they're fucking hoarding the stuff. Couple farmers donated prime ribs to the cause for Christmas, Thanksgiving, and Easter. Fucking director took it himself. Didn't think he would get caught. I talked to them because Chloe came into the money, and we've been supporting locally. Guess what? Chloe's pissed. Did you hear about that? One of the farmers donated like 50 pounds of prime rib to the food bank for Thanksgiving, Christmas, and Easter, and the fucking director hoarded it for himself.
I know.
Fucking. It would be they basically take all your money. They take your entire Social Security check and control it, Joe. And it's not going to happen because, like I said, you know, the only reason why they want to fucking put Chloe in a group home, Joe, as you know, is she can't do anything. I mean, look, we just bought a dishwasher to get the dishes done, but as you know, there's not many dishes. There's a few piling up. She's letting it dry, but she's glued to her phone so much. That's another reason they want her in a, you know. I mean, literally, that's one reason why they want to fucking, you know. I mean,
I glued my phone. I was talking to someone who messaged me. My comment was closed.
oh, well, that's good to know. Not complaining, am I?
Yeah. I mean, everyone's suffering right now. Except for people who don't care. They're not suffering because they don't care.
The ones that aren't suffering, everyone, is the ones. And by the way, Joe, just so you know, let me bring you up to speed. I'm also doing spreadsheets while talking, so I want to tell you the story if you don't know. We lost one of our members last night, all right? I'm not going to go into details, but let's just say I can't give names. But before you sit there and ask questions I can't give you answers, is one of our people I was trying to help lost multiple jobs, lost their apartment, living with family. He got mad last night because they said life sucked. And they jumped in their car, the loaded revolver, drove to a gas station and ended their life because the economy took their apartment because they had to shut down multiple of her jobs to support her apartment. Then she lost her other jobs by the pandemic. They said, well, during the pandemic, we can't open, we got to close, yada, 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 you know, her jobs. And with jobs being hard to find because of the unemployment waiting to get an unemployment check's pretty bad. So she turned around, Joe, and she's no longer with us. Yeah, I know. I heard that story. I heard that, Gail. You did the right thing, but Joe. So what we're talking about is the pandemic, the economy, and the numbers. So the numbers don't look good. The Republicans stalled it. Okay, as I said before you tuned in, a monthly check at $2,000 would be good. Unfortunately, I want to say with the heavy heart, Joe, because you know I love all people. You know this, and the heavy heart. The mental system basically took care of this problem. We wouldn't be in this problem where we lost someone so beautiful. Two, unemployment wasn't so backed up. So people would have had benefits. Unfortunately, doesn't matter now, does it? The worst is not over. We lost someone dear to our group. Last night I cried. I haven't cried in a long time. I try not to. Well, I did cry with a hole in the door, but you get the idea. I cried for her. Yes, I understand she did it because she didn't want to lose the last remaining thing that she loved, her car. But unfortunately, I remember telling my wife once in Australia that if she took her life, we would never understand why she was homeless. We wouldn't understand why. I said the ones that she'd be hurting the most is family and friends.
It's true.
She said I'd take her own life.
Take your own life for hurting everyone around you that actually does care.
I was going to help, but I also asked one of my friends that if we helped with the bills for July, unless there was a fallback for August, which she would have to have 30 days to get it taken care of, it's just prolonging the inevitable for losing her car. So unless she came up with some idea of what happened, I suggested unemployment. One of the things that they were talking about was sending cash in the mail. Unfortunately, anyone can go to the U.S. Postal Service, buy a money order, and then take it to another post office when they get their money order and go straight to a post office and cash it. All U.S. postal money orders could be cashed to the post office. Do it at midday, and you got, Gail, thank you, but I really do not want to watch anything on Fox right now. I'm too hurt, all right? I don't care about Mr. President, okay? I don't care if he's talking second stimulus. Let me put it this way, Gail. I thank you for the link. I'll watch it later. Maybe tonight before bed, like I always do. But thanks for the link. Fortunately, I don't give a shit about fucking stimuluses, okay? Second stimulus could have been prevented a long time ago if they just fucking moved on. They could have fucking did this. They're delaying the stimulus checks. They're delaying everything on the table. And people are dying like crazy.
People are not just dying of virus. Some people are dying of starvation, other medical reasons because they can't afford medical bills, suicide, you name it. People, like that one gal in New York, remember, she said she couldn't afford her meds for her blood sugar, right?
Yeah.
For her diabetes. And she was thinking about suicide, so she didn't have to die a painful way because she couldn't get her meds covered because she couldn't get the money and she wasn't getting her stimulus.
Yeah, I mean, look, Chloe's completely right, everyone, okay? I don't want to sit here and sound like a panty waste, all right? But Chloe's completely freaking right. There's people out there. There's people out there. There's people out there that need their stimulus that haven't got their stimulus, and everyone is fucking worried about their fucking stimulus. What about the people that died killing themselves because they couldn't afford it and they lost everything? Then what, huh? I guess everyone's own life is more important than one person. I mean, literally, to me, I think it's fucking pure selfishness. I'm sorry to say. Let me put it this way. I love all people. You know this. But when someone takes their own life because they lost everything, not thinking about what the ramifications are. You know what? My extended family told me they should have held her back. They walked out and got in a car carrying a revolver. That would be, I mean, literally, I gave them the best advice possible. It saddens me to no end that one of our own committed suicide. Well, yeah, I know, Joe. May she rest in peace. But still, it sickens me to no end, Joe, that there could have been help for her. Mental hospitals or whatever. I mean, literally, this pandemic is killing people, not just on the coronavirus level, but the economic level. I mean, look, these dipshits in Congress turn around and Senate say, oh, we're going to wait to give a second stimulus till all the money trickles down. Oh, by the way, it's an election year, so we're going to hold back. Now, if they don't get a second stimulus out by August 8th, remember my own thoughts. Chloe said this last night again. Chloe says you're completely right on the money, Rita. Where's the money coming from? They're going to start trickling it out at the end of fucking September. The homeless population's going to spike. The death toll's going to spike on suicides. Why? Because these fuckers can't control anything. And we lose. Oh yeah, that goes back into the cutting block. Remember?
Yes,
Cutting
I
block.
know. Okay.
Thank you, dear. Look, she's right. I'm right. People don't realize this. They come on my channel and are like, we're going to get a second stimulus. I don't give two fucking flying shits if you're getting a second stimulus. Well, you sit here and you antagonize me on my fucking channel. We just lost a life. That can't be replaced. Doesn't matter if there's $3 trillion stimulus money and you each get $1,200. This girl is no longer with us. And it hurts me to no end and angers me that the fucking government couldn't get off their fucking dumpy ass and give a second stimulus for $2,000 a fucking month. Literally. Economy is hurting. Fucking people with the $600 extra a week, they're getting fucking $14,400 for doing nothing. But Grandma Jones has got to go hungry because food cost is not bad. And the fucking people that are getting the $600 a week, they're fucking hoarding the money. No wonder why the Republicans don't want to give another extension. They want to get everyone back to work because it's these fucking people that are so confident knowing the virus is going to spike that they're turning around and they're like, ooh, well, we got enough money. Amazon's fucking made a second quarter record quarter. Why? Target too. Why? I'll tell you why. It's because of assholes that are fucking taking their fucking $600 a week and buying everything they need. And then when someone like Joe or Pee-wee or Gail needs something, they can't fucking find it. And I'm willing to help you find anything. You guys know this. But I'm pissed. A girl lost her life because the fucking government wouldn't fucking disclose that this virus is bad. Oh, the virus is fake. The virus is fake. Blah, blah, blah. Hey, Mark. So look what happened. I guess I got to brief you too now, Mark. One of our own last night. I got a message from the family, Mark. As you know, the economy's hurting. The virus is shutting down businesses again. Well, my friend lost all her other jobs beforehand and couldn't afford her apartment, so she moved in with family. Well, she lost her other jobs yesterday. I can't give names, all right? Confidential. But I was going to help her with July's bills. Unfortunately, I have a gold heart. And she's beautiful, and I told her she's more than welcome to come out at any time. She said her family comes first. But if her family did come first, well, I don't know what to make of things, all right? So because we were trying to fix the PayPal information, some of the PayPal problems was she wanted to not give Social Security info. And I understand the privacy issues. I would really respect that. You know, I've already respected it many times over. But because of it, the only two options I recommended, one was money order. You go to the post office, get a U.S. postal money order, go to another post office.
Soon. I have this stuff.
Go to another post office, and basically you cash it once you receive it. Then you go and pay your bills. I can send it overnight after Thursday. Unfortunately, that was too late. Now, we got a bill going out tomorrow, I think, for approximately $900 for groceries. So, which reminds me, I need to let the So, sorry, I was emailing someone. So, where was I? So, she basically lost, right? And I told her the money order is better than cash because I don't want anyone stealing your mail. I mean, I got a box that went missing today of dish soap for the laundry or dishwasher soap. We have 2 more of those buckets, and yet they're gone.
Oh, great.
Yeah, so I've got to go in touch with Amazon to let them know that
I don't want to.
the platinum Cascade went missing. So what happened, Mark? You're probably curious. Well, she couldn't take life anymore. She told me life's not worth living. I said life will get better. Just have some faith. Jumped in a car. My friends couldn't hold her back. They didn't think anything of it. They messaged me and said, well, she took a revolver with her. She drove to a gas station. I won't give you the city, state, or anything. That's confidential right now. You got to understand, government's investigating, the state's investigating, and the county's investigating. They got a lot of investigations going. Got in her car, drove over to a gas station. It's not mainstream media yet. And she blew her brains out. 1 bullet with a revolver. State Patrol found her slumped over in her car. Our state trooper. That's it. That's all she wrote. We lost one of our best people here. So, you have anything to say, Mark? Feel free to say it. And this pandemic's killing people. Not just in the fucking viral sense, but suicide, because the economy is working against these people.
It is.
I mean, look around, Mark. Look around, Mark. The taxpayers should be getting a stimulus check monthly because the virus is going to shut down the states again. I guarantee it. I've been telling you, they're going to go back to fucking phase 1. The fucking government doesn't want to do it because they're fucking worried about their fucking election. Well, fuck their election. People will vote them out of office because they're selfish son of a bitches. These selfish son of a bitches, Mark, could have fucking hammered out a fucking bill. A fucking bill to give everyone money. And said they're going to make you wait till fucking end of fucking September to get a fucking check. What is it?
Did our founding fathers actually fight for a nation where corporations have whatever they want?
No, and the corporations want to kill people. They don't care. They want everyone to go back to work. Yeah, thanks, Mark. I mean, literally, it hurts me. I cried last night like I haven't cried for a long time. She's only 22, by the way. I think it is. But still, she's no longer with us. And it hurts me, Mark. Hurts me that the taxpayers could have saved her and others. There's people out there that are going to lose their fucking home, their fucking jobs, their fucking everything because these people, sorry, I'm just checking my camera real quick for that fucking lost package, that these fucking people are selfish son of a bitches. Yeah, because they're more worried about their election and waiting for the jobs numbers so they can say, nope, no stimulus, while the fucking unemployment goes. You know what happens, Mark, Joe, if unemployment fucking, or not unemployment, isn't contained? Do you know what happens if a homeless population goes for 5 to 15 million or more? I'll tell you what it means. It means there's fucking 5 to 15 million people homeless. And with the jobs economy the way it is, they just lost their jobs. Not including, hold on. Now, I know if Kimmy was here, she'd probably get to the bottom of this. But from what I read today, the president wants to fucking divide the country more. He wants to fucking take away the Fair Housing Act from 65, which means no discrimination against in housing. He wants to, from what I read, it looked like he wants to segregate whites and blacks again because he's fucking racist. Is what I think. Don't quote me. I'm not going to accuse him of being racist.
The 60s and bring us back to the 50s, where African Americans and homosexuals are considered an abomination.
I mean, don't quote me. I didn't understand the entire thing, but it looked like that's what he was trying to do. So I mean, literally, I'm not going to call him racist, but it seems, I mean, literally, and I'm furious. I mean, I'm fucking furious. I'm furious that, we as in people lost someone dear to us because she needed the help and she didn't get it. I mean, I love all of you, and I encourage you, if you're feeling suicidal or depressed, to get some help. I mean, literally, this economy is fucking crippling people. Let's talk about jobs for a minute. Jobs basically are going away of the dodo bird. The longer the virus spikes and the longer they keep the government open for their fucking election and the fucking tourists, the longer the fucking country's going to get spread. And eventually everyone's going to have this virus. And let's just say 2/3 of them might die. We don't need this. What we need to do is fucking close the states down, tell everyone to go in their house again. But they don't want to. They want the vulnerables to go in. Well, everyone else runs around with no mask because if President Trump can run around with no mask, then it's all fucking hunky-dory.
They don't care about themselves.
Yeah, they don't care. I walked past Saturday night. You guys heard the story about the fucking Roach Motel. I walked past Saturday night where there's fucking a bunch of people. Bunch of people, Mark. Probably about 50 of them in a group walking down the street. Tourists giggling and laughing. Now you can say, oh, well, that doesn't sound bad. Let me ask you this, Marky. Might not be bad for you. But to me, it was bad. And you could say, oh, well, why was it bad? I'll tell you why. Because police fucking stopped me 3 times. I even asked them. They said, oh, that's not our problem. Oh, so it's not your problem. I told the fucking sheriff I'm gonna go home, call the fucking attorney general's office, leave a message that you guys want to fucking handpick and leave the tourists alone, but you don't want to fucking get off your lazy fucking son of a bitch ass and fucking charge these people of misdemeanor because you don't have a big enough holding cell.
It's because they pamper the tourists.
You know what he said? Sheriff turned around and said, yeah, you're right. We don't have the holding cell for 50 people. We don't have the holding cell for many people. But if you want to fucking be this way, then so be it. That's what he said to me. Sorry to say it, but I ain't tolerating some son of a bitch. Some son of a bitch that wants to look over the fucking tourists. We don't need the tourists here. We don't need the fucking businesses. They should be closing. Time they close the state down again, it'll be fucking too late. And that
the people who run this town, they favor the grocery store.
no, they don't. But let me just finish.
Okay.
Fucking taxpayers are the ones suffering. They're suffering to no end, everyone. Why? Because the fucking greedy son of a bitches want their business open and tourists to funnel the economy. But thing is, it's going to be too late. When the virus spreads, they're going to have to close up again. And this time, they might have to make a moratorium that it's fucking closed to Christmas. Literally. I mean, that looks really good, Chloe. By the way, we're still missing a thing of that. Whoa, which one is which?
I don't know.
Let me look. One doesn't look right.
They both look the same.
Cascade Platinum. Cascade. So we lost one jar of fucking fat.
Oh, we still have those. So those will get us by until we order more.
Yeah, but look. Hey, Alexa, show me my orders. Fine, don't look.
No, you told me what you ordered. I believe you.
Look. We have. Oh, it doesn't show it. But the platinum was supposed to be fucking delivered today. I mean, literally, we have 2 of each. We only got 1 of each. But I have to do an Amazon call, and they'll be like, oh, well, wait till. I mean, literally. Sure. So we're supposed to get.
I was tired of seeing that thing with all that stuff on it. I was like, oh, okay, I can't take this anymore.
You know, eventually things get to a point where I can't even take it, and it gets to a point like, all right, you know what? I gotta clean this. I'm tired of it. I'm tired of this filth. I'm cleaning it.
Well, apparently, they only put one in, and they only said we got charged for one. Oh well, I guess I was wrong. Thank God I wasn't drunk then. Oh yeah, I agree completely, Mark. I agree completely with what your statement is. I mean, literally, I agree with you completely, brother. I mean, the way we're looking at it right now is we're looking at fucking pretty bad. You know, we are fucking looking at pretty bad. And like you said, my friends, they messaged me, you know, extended family, and said they're not going to be fucking online for a while. They're mourning themselves, and we have to give them time. But I just want to say with a heavy heart, she shouldn't have died. The government should have fucking helped, literally. But no, we lost completely. We lost completely. I mean, I support gun control. And she's gone. She ain't coming back. I take suicide seriously. One thing I don't suggest is doing it. I suggest you get help before it's too late. We as in people need to realize that we're here together for everyone. I love you all. I just don't want to see you hurt. I don't want to see anything happen to my beloved extended family. I know I was kind of a little brash with Pee Wee, and I apologize if you're watching this because, frankly, let me read you without giving names so you guys can understand. Do you think that would be appropriate, Chloe? Without giving names? Told them, she said, cousin is a mess. She just left. Not giving names, by the way. I honestly don't know what's wrong with her tonight. She's wanting to die. She's stressing the wife out. She said that I know what's bothering her and I know what's making her this way. It's her car. It's the only thing no one can afford to make payments on. Well, I can make payments for a month. But like I said, what will happen in the month of August? That was what's really worrying me. So she never acted like this ever. She took her gun with her. And I talked about the mental hospital. You know, she talked about another cousin that took her own life, you know. I mean, I won't go into details, you know, but talked about her, you know. Then I asked what's wrong, you know. I'm worried about this girl, you know. And then, in all caps, she fucking drove off, parked her car, and killed herself. Now, two cousins are gone. She shot herself in the head. Rita. Why? She made it very clear that was she done with life. How could she be so damn stupid and selfish to do such a damn thing over a damn car payment? She shot herself in the head for freaking sake. Last message was, I feel it's my fault only if I feel it's my fault only if I would have grabbed a hold of her and didn't let her leave. I'm going to bed even though I'm not going to get any sleep. I didn't get any sleep either. State Patrol found her at a gas station slouched over with one gunshot to the side of her head. You probably won't be hearing from me for a long while. See? She's gone. And I got to give an email to someone else real quick, so give me a second. And I just want to say, I need to talk to
Oh man. But you know, I am slowly trying to get the place clean.
I got something to say, but I need to say it privately for a second while I use the bathroom. So if you give me a moment, everyone, I want to talk to Chloe for 1 second, please.
Why am I losing things? Yep, another loss.
All right, everyone, I got something else to say to you.
Can't have my dip can. I had it on me. Oh well, it's gone now.
Why isn't it one of these or?
No, those ones are empty.
Well, keep checking your pocket. You want to take this? You want to take this with you? Where's my keys here? You want to take a pinch out of this then?
Oh yeah, well.
Take the can with you. I can open another one. All right, so I got another update for you. It's very important. I can't give names yet again. But another one of our beloved members of our group, let's just say about an hour ago from what I just received email-wise and text, is our beloved other member won't be online at all, as she's mourning the loss of her mother-in-law. So rest in peace to the lady that passed away. So more bad news coming down the pipe today. So I want to share that with you all. Well, just take the can I gave you. Don't dwell on it. You can always buy some more tomorrow.
It's called finding something you should know where it's at. But you should have known where it was at the whole time. It was supposed to have been where you left it. That's what it's called. Oh, here it is. LL. All right.
You want to give me my other can back then? Well, thank you. God bless you. So, I just want to share that with you all too.
All right. I'll be back in. My ladybug face mask disappeared, by the way. He was disappearing in this house. Like it's all like this house started to become magical.
Yeah.
I don't think you guys know we're muggles. We can't do magic, so quit making this house magical. Because we don't appreciate our stuff naturally disappearing. Alright. I was young, right? And my stuff disappeared. I was like, well, maybe it's magical. Maybe it was exchanged with magicians.
Well, Chloe, I just got a heads up. We're gonna have to munch on some lamb soon. Our lamb's coming in on the 7th.
Okay.
I'll let so I just can't believe everything that's gone on right now. Can you guys? I can't. I mean, I just can't believe it. I'm sad. I mean, I'm literally sad. How can this happen, you know? How can this happen? So I got a delivery for Friday, and then I got a delivery on Monday. I want to check my Monday delivery. So I want to see where our dishwasher is that I ordered. So our dishwasher currently is left Hodgkins, Illinois this morning. So around 7:07 our time, it left. Not that anyone cares about my tracking on my on my thing. So, but anyways, back to the stimulus mess. So if the stimulus was given monthly, we wouldn't be in this fucking mess, you know. Bye, boo boo. Literally, we wouldn't be in this mess. I mean, we lost someone dear to us, and no one in their right mind even thinks. We all have things happen. I mean, literally. What do we do, everyone? I don't know what to say. I mean, it's going to be up to the states, everyone, to extend the unemployment, or not the housing moratorium. We're in a pandemic. They shouldn't just throw it away either, you know. It's sad that we as in people have to suffer. Well, the Democrats choose who is going to live, who's going to die. Same with the fucking Republicans. We're in a pandemic, and they're more worried about their election. It's like that joke, Chloe said the other day. We watched a movie, right? Sam Waterston, you guys have heard of him? We watched a movie the other day, right? And Sam Waterston is Lincoln. Mary Tyler Moore is First Lady. And turned around. So doctor's talking to one of the people, and he's like, "You're so worried about the right now about the president's bowels. Well, it feels like the Democratic and Republican parties are more worried about their election than the lives of the American people." I mean, it's sad. It's literally sad. Yeah, I don't know how many. It's sad. I mean, how many times? How many people out there realize that we lost lives today? Mm. So one of my advocates will be here around 4. So I'm going to finish up what I'm doing. I mean, just, I don't know. I mean, it's scary. It's literally scary that we lost someone. I mean, I'm still in shock, literally. Mm, so, yeah. I mean, I'm shocked. I mean, I'm literally shocked that we lost. We are all hurting, especially myself. I wish it wasn't that simple. I mean, last night I had to get off, call Gail because I was shocked. She knew something was wrong. I even told my extended family I'm a big girl, I can handle it, but handling the death of a close friend is no easy, you know. Like I said to you all, As always, there's always a way not to get out. There's always resources. I encourage you all to use the resource. Be right back. I mean, we're basically watching history unfold. And we've lost. We literally lost. You know? And this is all because people won't get off their ass to do anything about it. No, I'm not talking about my friends. I'm talking about the government. The government should have given stimulus checks monthly. Other countries can do it. We could have done it. It didn't happen. Why? Because they don't care. They're more caring about their election. And we lost. I mean, we lost. And people suffer. No end. I hate. I want to say with my heart. We lost someone. They're not an expendable. Government needs to realize that a life was lost because they're playing politics. That's what it is. That's what it is, everyone. They played politics. We lost. We lost. People out there don't realize that we lost someone dear. And all these people around the world, they demand a second stimulus. I can see why they're demanding it. But before they go and demand it, I want to ask them a question. Well, you say you demand second stimulus. I want you to ask a question tonight. Before you sit there and say, Ashley's coming by to pick up the stuff, so she'll be around 4. So you might want to get things prepared, Chloe. Hey, do we have any money on hand?
Cash, why?
She's going by Kings. Do you need anything?
Maybe not really, just only one thing, but I could wait.
Avocados?
Yeah.
Yeah, say that.
Just wait. Oh, Ashley gets her own impression.
And ask.
Hey, this floor vacuum. Storms are getting to me. Right comes and floor skip to me right now. These efforts realize that messy house gets to me too. I just don't know where to start. I'm gonna try and get this place clean the best I can. I don't know where to start. I'm running around with my head cut off right now. Just from hearing what happened last night, kind of put me. Coronavirus is killing people, even if it's not infecting people, it's still killing people in many ways.
Mental ways.
Yeah, physically and mentally, and financially too. It's killing people.
I know.
It's the worst thing we've ever seen. And yeah, I tell people this is even worse than 9/11. If you want to argue on me about that, well, I'm speaking truth.
Everyone
Never
knows.
had anything like this.
He used to say, get everyone back to work, but reading the jobs numbers last night, there's no way to get people back to work.
Jobs are closing down. Where are they going to work? That's the problem.
Some jobs are lost permanently.
Yeah, you can't just get people back to work when you don't have a job to send them to. What are you gonna do? Have them act like they're working somewhere? Act like
We'll
they're
have
working-
ramen as soon as she's done
All right.
coming. I asked her about the avocados, by the way.
This spicy veggie. Spicy. Or spicy. Pork. Chicken. This one is veggie. I'll give her the veggie one.
That's the one we agreed on.
Give her the veggie roll. Oh, the others are chicken and pork, right?
Mm-hmm.
All right. I gotta start putting. Making. This one. Second here. Get everything back in here. Gotta put everything away again.
Always telling the truth, everyone. We as people need to look at the big picture and ask ourselves, are we really going down this path? second stimulus is.
Did anybody write those steaks for her in there?
Yeah, they're in there.
These ones here? These?
Yeah, but those need to stay in the fridge till she comes.
Okay. Just want to make sure she gets it.
And she's gonna choose her salads too.
Okay.
We help our family out. Ashley's like extended family. We're not greedy.
I'm gonna be cooking our ramen. It's just look at this. I mean, these are dark times we're in. People don't want to believe it because they're politically glued to one man. And there's a problem.
Tomorrow night's pay night, you know. I was gonna help.
This is just it's a nightmare. We're going through something that is we haven't seen before. Survive this. Big blessing. But also a big loss of many people, though.
The death toll's over 130,000.
Does that include people who died physically, or does it count mentally and
Just
financially too?
from the virus.
On all aspects,
Yeah.
including those who took their own lives.
No, just the ones that died of the virus.
Well, they need to take account people, all people who are affected, not just physically, but also mentally and financially too.
I agree.
We can't just, count one group.
I agree.
This virus is killing people.
I mean, look, Chloe's right, everyone. We need to take into account of all the deaths, even the ones that took their life because of the pandemic. Everyone's hurting. And I, for one. We're all hurting here to no end. And it saddens me to no end to see people gave up their life because of the pandemic. We are all hurting. And it saddens me to no end to see that we are watching the death of people. Because the pandemic is not just killing virally, but mentally as well. We all are suffering to no end. We're hurting. to no end.
Lost.
And what happened, Joe? How much money do we have in cash? Chloe?
Like,
Well, we'll give her the money, some money for the avocados. She's was nice enough to ask if we need anything, and I said, "Oh yeah, I need this, and Chloe needs that." But she's more tickled that we're giving her dinner, you know. What did you do, Joe? I'm still shocked, you know. You look around. We need to fight for people's rights to live. That's what I want to say. We need to fight for people's rights to live and to breathe. So What the hell? How'd the light come on? I didn't turn on my light. The hell, the light come on automatically. I'm just sad. I'm sad to see everyone hurting. That's what saddens me the most.
Everyone's hurting, yeah.
It hurts me to no end, people. I mean, we lost someone dear to us.
So that we'll never get back.
We're never going to get her back. We lost someone dear to us. And if it wasn't for the fucking government and their greed, we wouldn't be in this damn mess. You know? That's how I see it. You guys should sit there and see the mourning, the loss. Yeah, well, the problem is like I said, she said she didn't want to move because her family, you know, her family. Family meant a lot to her, you know, and I understand. She will always be remembered in my heart. So that said, it's hard, you know. You know, my family meant the world to me, all right? My family, like Corey and Dinky, know I would take my life. Thought about it many times, but I got help. It was help for her, you know. I mean, we'll never know what went through her mind for that last moment, you know. I wish I knew. That's what I want to say. So, I got to go for a bit. I will be back for part 2 as soon as my advocate comes, picks up dinner. So, I want to say I will be back. Stay tuned for part 2. Thank you, everyone. Please add, subscribe. Please post comments. Please leave feedback, suggestion. Hit the like and subscribe button. It's wholesome funding for a family, including our dogs, your cats, your bunnies, your service dogs. Hit the bell notification for new content. It's updated every day. Thank you, and God bless you in everything you do.